What is good, you guys? This is Steven with All Talk On, and today I got this in the mail. No, you will not see me unbox it, nor will you see me install it, but we're going to do a little bit of an upgrade to another rig today. I got excited right when this came in, so I installed it immediately. This is a Corsair H100i. I paid $64.99 off of Newegg for this. It said refurbished, and it came completely sealed, packaged, there was wrapper around it and everything. I literally could not tell it was refurbished. Like, there was no sign at all that it was refurbished. $64.99, and honestly, if you read the reviews on it, everyone else had the same comment. They could not tell it was refurbished either. So for $64.99, definitely a nice steal. But anyways, what we are here for today is I no longer need this. This is a coolermaster Seidon 120M, and you know, I don't need it anymore, so it seemed like a good time to do an upgrade on Codename Devil's Den. Could definitely use some water cooling on this beast. I do like the way this cooler looks in here with the coolermaster TX3 I have, but I guess you could say it was a waste of 20 bucks because I could have used the stock cooler for a week and then upgraded this, but I did not know this was going to be on sale for $64.99. If I would have known that, you know what I mean, I would have waited, but this was actually a Christmas present for my girlfriend, so awesome. Swag. Much swag. So anyways, we're going to definitely get right in there, but by the way, you guys pick one of these up. Like I said, I could not tell it was refurbished. It runs for about 100 to 120. It says refurbished on the bottom, but this entire thing was sealed. It felt brand new, looked brand new, even freaking smelled brand new. So awesome buy right there. So we're going to hop right into the installation on this. It's not going to be a complete walkthrough. It's just going to show you guys me putting a, closed loop cooler in this small of a case and show you guys that it does work. I'm going to go for a little bit of a weird push-pull on this, and I'll show you guys what I mean. Hopefully it works out the way I want it to, but I can already tell you right now, changing out the CPU cooler is going to be a bitch and a half. So let's hop right into it. Alright, you guys, so I've already taken all the panels off, top, bottom, all that good stuff, all off. So first things we're going to start doing is we're going to pull off the old CPU cooler and clean off the CPU. Hopefully nothing gets in the freaking way here because this case is really compact, so let's pull off this cooler. Alright, so I got it all loosened up, and I don't know if you guys saw one of my other videos where I tell you to pull this off, give it a little bit of a twisting first to kind of loosen it all up, and just basically pull these out. Probably should have unhooked the fans. Would have been a nice idea, but you know, hey, that's how we do it. So we pull that cooler off. Had a nice little, you know what, not as bad as I thought it would have been for the application on the CPU. So we're going to clean this off now and see how we're doing. So now we're just going to drop it back in for safekeeping so I don't lose it, drop something on it. So next we're going to have to work on getting into the, well, let me make sure it's in. Next we're going to have to work on getting into the bottom of it and installing the standoff, because we are going to be needing a standoff for the CPU cooler that I'm installing. And the TX3 doesn't need a standoff, but this one does. And if you guys remember me complaining, I'm going to pull the RAM out just because I feel like it's going to get in the way. If anything, I'll probably also pull the graphics card out if that becomes a problem too. But so far it shouldn't be. But I don't know if you guys remember me complaining about this, because this was something I was kind of hoping I wasn't going to have to do. But I have to pull the power supply out because that's a thumb screw. Pull the power supply out because it blocks the standoff installation hole. So let's pull that off. So I'm not going to completely unplug everything. Hopefully I don't have to. I'm just going to pull it out to where I can access underneath it. And just keep it sideways like this, because, you know, that's probably what I'm going to have to do. So we have our standoff here, which is this little bad boy. Sorry, wrong standoff. Yeah, shit happens. I don't know, I'm wondering if I should use another standoff instead of this one. So we're going to put this one in now. I grabbed the wrong standoff because, you know, it came with a lot of standoffs. So, alright. So that is in. I didn't read any instructions. I probably should have. I need to lean something up against that to hold that in, huh? Well, that's just gonna fall. I didn't read any instructions because, you know, I don't believe in manuals. That's not true. You guys should always read your manuals. it's always a good idea. It's never a good idea to just do what I'm doing now. But I've installed this cooler before, just not on an LGA 1150 socket, which I'm not gonna lie, so far looks like it's gonna be a little bit different, but I think we'll be alright. Alrighty, you guys. So those are the standoffs in. At least, I'm pretty sure that's how they're supposed to go in. We'll find out when I go to put the cooler on if that works or not. So obviously I'm going to tighten them up a little bit to make sure. Basically I'm not going to put them very tight, you guys. You don't want to crush your motherboard. Once it starts getting a little hard to turn, then you know you're enough. Basically these are going on pretty much just hand tight, honestly. They're not going on that tight at all. So that's in. So as long as I make sure this lines up correctly, which I am going to do right now, and it's got the square pattern. I'm not sure which one of these it's going to be using. So far it looks like it's going to be the middle ones for all of them, which, what do you know, they were all on the middle ones, and we are basically touching the CPU, so I know that we are good. So those are already on the right ones. So with me, I like to install the radiator somewhere before I install the cooler part, just because I don't like the radiator dangling around, and it also lets me decide if I want to put the cooler, you know, which way I want to have it turned. So what we're gonna do is, as you guys can see, I need to push shit out of the way because shit's just getting intense over here. So as you guys can see, we have the fan at the front, and I want to leave that at the front, but we do want to put this cooler behind it. I'm not 100% sure if this is going to work because I have never done it, but I'm just going to assume that it's going to work. So we're going to do a push-pull with a 200mm fan in the front. I think I was told, sorry I just shook the whole fucking table. I think I was reading up, and I'm pretty sure this can support a 100 or 240mm radiator right up front right here, which I don't know, it looks like the clearance is a little too small, but I don't know, honestly. I didn't check, I didn't try. I just got excited and threw that in my rig. I didn't even care to try it. So we're sitting on stuff because the power supply isn't technically put. Yep, story of my life, camera dies. So I'm thinking I want to put it in this way. You know what I mean? That seems like the best reasonable option here, is to kind of go it like that. Yeah, that seems like it's going to put the least amount of strain on the overall cord. Now I'm just trying to figure out where we can line up this 120mm radiator, which I'm finding a little bit of space right here. It definitely does not want you to line it up in the back, by the way. How I'm lining it up, it definitely doesn't look like it's liking that, but I'm gonna make it do it, because you know what, I like to live dangerously. So I'm gonna screw this in just a little bit so it doesn't do that again, because it scared me. So I'm gonna take one of these screws and just screw it in, just a few threads. Honestly, I could have mounted this thing. Like I said, I like to know which way I'm doing it first. I haven't ever tried mounting any type of cooler in this case before. But the reason I'm doing it like this is because I want to keep that 200mm fan in the front. So I want to mount this on the inside. But I just want to make sure that I'm getting it lined up right and I have the best possible choices for holes. So obviously this is going to go on the inside of it. So I should probably try and get that fan on there roughly now. We have the CPU pump, which I'll plug this into the channel fan because, you know, there's only 2 fan headers. So I only have 2 choices right here. Bam. Oh, look at that little pigtail there. That's nice and cool. Alrighty, so we're gonna strap this baby onto the back of this real quick. Crap, do I have any more fan screws? Alright, so I found some screws. Sorry guys, I was just having some trouble finding some extra screws here. So I probably shouldn't have plugged that in. I don't really know why I did. Because I'm going to pull it out and I'm going to put the fan on it real quick. That way I don't have to struggle with that limited amount of space in there to put the fan on. So we want the fan blowing outward and we want it to face the direction of the fan header. There we go. So it looks like we're going to be a little tight here due to cable management. So I'm going to try and bend these wires a lot closer to the motherboard. Try and get these out of the way. Well, now that I have the standoffs in, I'm going to go ahead and screw the power supply back in. That way it's not just dangling, and I can move the case around as needed. Alrighty, so we got the power supply back in, and it's time to try to get this beast to go in with hopefully minimum amounts of trouble here. Hopefully, but you know, everything's always got to fucking suck for some reason. Everything's got to be complicated, especially when you're trying to make shit fit somewhere it's not supposed to be. Like I said, it really doesn't seem to want to be able to put a radiator on the inside of this, but just by how the mounting holes are on it, you can tell that the way they're shaped that they really kind of don't want you to do it. So I'm gonna do it anyways because I am a badass and I don't care. By the way, when installing my my Corsair, my new Corsair cooler, I almost cut my case a little bit just so I could fit the cooler in a certain area. And I'm still debating on doing it. I might end up case modding a little bit just so I can get the cooler to properly seat where I want it. But you know, who knows? I might not. I'm gonna redo this because you know what? I want to put a rubber grommet in between this for vibration dampening. Alright, so I was gonna use rubber grommets, but I actually found these from one of the coolers, the coolermaster, when you install a second set of fans. So instead of using that, I think I could just get away with just using 4 of these instead of having to use, I don't know exactly where I should put them though. Maybe right here. I just want it to basically to where it's not going to touch the frame. Let me see if that works. Just do like a test push. Yeah, you guys, this is what happens when you try to make shit happen that ain't supposed to happen. I think I'd like it better at the top. Okay, yeah. I think I'm going to put it right here, because that's where it seems to be hitting the part of the metal. Like I said, the way the metal's bent on that side, it definitely does not look like they want you to be able to put a radiator in there, but I'm going to make it happen, because I want this radiator in there, but I want to keep this 200mm fan too. I mean, it'd be shitty to have to lose that fan. It pushes a lot of cool air in, and honestly, this fan is amazing with any type of like that TX3 type tower style coolers. It is amazing. I could have swore I installed the fan the other way, but apparently I didn't. Well, I'm gonna fix that real quick. So sorry guys, you're gonna have to wait a little bit longer. Alright, so I got the cable coming out the right side, which is what I wanted. Yeah, I could have swore I put it on the right side, but apparently I don't know my directions that very well. I'm trying not to make sure I don't disrupt these little rubber stoppers here. There we go, you guys. So as you can see, the little rubber dampeners right here got a little squish, but you know, that's actually what I wanted them to do, was get squished. So that's basically how you mount this in the side that it's not supposed to be in. It's not supposed to be on the inside, but you know what? Now let's see, make sure that I get clearance on those screws. There you go. So now I can put this 200mm fan right in front of the radiator, which is pretty freaking awesome if you ask me. That's kind of what I was aiming for, because I like having this fan. It's really good for the ventilation of the entire system. This thing just blows a huge amount of air over the whole thing. Really nice. So let's line that back up. Get that back in there. There we go. So that's the radiator on the inside with the 200mm fan for push-pull. Now that's what I call pretty badass. Of course the middle is kind of offset on the side right here, but it will still definitely get a decent amount of air, not to mention the fan is still in the back, offering that airflow. Alright, sorry guys, I lost my CPU cooler thermal paste, so I had to go find some more. So yeah, I should probably stop plugging this in. I keep doing that. I don't know why. So we'll give this a quick like rub down, make sure there's no dust on it. And you know what? I'm lazy and I'm just going to do the dot method. The P method. That was actually a lot. This stuff squirts out so fast. I was trying so hard to let it out all slow. Should I put this sideways? Like maybe if I put it sideways it'll be able to pull the wires underneath. But yeah, that's basically all there is. So basically I just wanted to push down on it when I did that one. But this one looks good, you guys. I like that. I like the kind of abstract sideways. I guess I don't really have a choice. Well, I did have a choice, just it looks nicer when it's not bumping up against the case window. We got our nice little pigtail curl right here for the hell of it, because you know, cable management. So we'll put the window on, see what it looks like. There we go, we got good clearance from that now. Very nice. Alright you guys, so that's how you install a cooler master into this case with push-pull with a 200mm fan in the front. Yeah, pretty awesome. Oh, if you guys are wondering why there was only one stick of RAM and why it's my G-Skill, it's because I'm actually using his RAM right now, because it turns out I had a bad stick of RAM, so RMA'd that bitch. And basically because I do video editing and stuff and he just plays games on it, he only needs 4 gigs of RAM will cut it for him. Video editing and productivity really sucks with 8 or with 4 gigs. I don't know if anyone's ever tried to do it, but it's not fun. So that is why I stole his RAM for now until G-Skill gets me my RAM back. So anyways you guys, that's we're done. I mean, everything looks pretty good at least, right? Yeah, everything looks good. Yeah, we're good. Ready to roll. Get some temperature readings on this bitch. Alright you guys, well, this is Steven with All Talk On, and catch you guys later.